WLIF HD2 Baltimore.
The all-new Praise 106.1, giving our city just what we need right now. Baltimore's inspiration station. Praise 106.1.
From the Big Al Studio, Baltimore's #1 accident attorney.
The views and opinions of the guests and hosts you hear are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Radio 1, its sponsors, or its advertisers.
African Voices Radio presents David Adodo Show on 106.1 FM.
Church boy, sad song. It's another one. Boogie down.
You're listening to African Voices Radio.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the David Adodo Show on African Voices Radio, 106.1 FM. Good evening. My name is Tunde Phillips. I hereby welcome you to the show. I would like to introduce the following people that I have on the program alongside with me. We have the gang in the house, starting with the ladies first, with the Queen.
Hi, Tunde. How you doing? Good evening, everyone. Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Desola Komolafe-Egbeyemi, and we welcome you to David Adodo's show on Praise FM 106.1 here in Baltimore, Maryland. Doctor, we miss you so much. Welcome today. We're sure we're going to have a sweat time today. We have a whole lot to discuss today.
Thank you. All right, Doc. So you got your tie. Oh, you see, that's the thing.
Yeah, just to look, they call it packaging. You have to look, you have to make it believe, so you can put on all this tie.
Packaging is the main thing.
I'm telling you, the packaging is serious.
Yeah. Welcome everyone to David Adodo Show. We miss you guys, and we're here again. The discussion continues.
That's right. And also we have our comrade, Brother Charles. How you doing, Brother Charles?
Yes, Tunde. How you doing, man? Welcome back again to another edition, David Adodo Show. As usual, we're always happy to be here with you guys. And just like Tunde said, our doctor is back in the house. I know a lot of people have been waiting to know what's going on with coronavirus. Fortunately, I didn't see Chief today, but maybe he's running late or... but we'll find out what's going on. Again, welcome back. My name is Charles. Thanks for listening.
Okay, we are also, aside from on every other platform, we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube, so you'll be able to access us on those platforms as well. So I feel a little bit jealous because I didn't come last week and nobody missed me.
Oh,
Doctor my God. Everybody's asking of doctor. So nobody welcome me. Can you believe this?
My friend. Right. Okay, absolutely correct.
Thank you.
You were here with us on spirit.
Let's welcome him. Oh, today we miss him so much. Oh, you know he's so friend. What happened last week?
Oh no! Remember, when you keep talking, yeah, he's coming. He's just driving home.
Oh, no! Yeah. He was the one that didn't show up. Anyway, we miss you. So welcome.
I know.
Think about it.
Thank
you too.
See, now I feel loved,
Oh, yeah? Thank God you're not a woman.
So we're going to go straight into one of our discussion. Mr. David Adodo will be joining us later on in the program. I understand he has to take care of one or two things, but he'll be on in the program. As soon as he comes on, I will introduce him, and then he'll get on with the discussion. So my first thing is to Doctor. We have been doing so well with this coronavirus thing, but all of a sudden we're spiking in certain states. So I guess those states that opened up early, places like Houston, Atlanta, Arizona, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and some other places like that. So I do not know. What do you have? Did people just come out and they got relaxed and they forgot that coronavirus was still around, or what? I don't know. Could you shed more light on that?
I think the what is happening is still following the pattern that happens whenever any disease or any tragedy strikes or any disaster strikes. People, first of all, are shocked. Then secondly, people don't believe it. So like the 7th stage of grief, that's what is happening right now. So initially there was, so much shock. Then now, it's as if people are getting tired. Even we in the medical world are getting tired. So, and you look around, you hear people are dying. You don't see those people dying, and you kind of wonder. And there's so many, they call it infodemics, false infodemics going on, fighting the real news. So with all the circumstances, people are frustrated, no job, false infodemics. People are in the stage of disbelief. Not everybody per se, majority of the people. If you tie all these factors together, you see, you know why people are just on the street. If you go out on the streets, like everybody.
What happened? Hey, Tunde, what happened? We can't.
I don't have Doctor's audio. I know he's talking, but I don't have his audio.
It's freezing out. Yeah.
It's freezing out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's back.
We hear you now.
Yeah, so it's that phase of disbelief. That's where the world is. That's where we are in the US. Not only in the US, generally. People get tired. People get frustrated. Nobody has died in my family. Remember that the incidence rate or the mortality rate is about 1.7 to 3 point something, right? Mm-hmm. It's quite low compared to 300 million people or thereabouts in the US. So 1.7 people, we're not seeing it physically, we only hear them in the news. The people that are affected, the families that are affected are in grief. These factors all put together, I think that's what is going on. And also, humans are known to be rebellious, generally. You tell them, if you want.
What is going on? Doctor is freezing. Mm-hmm.
Doctor freezing off.
Yes, we're having issue with Doctor. What's going on?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's freezing
now. We hear you.
All right, so that's basically it. That phase of disbelief, that phase of rebellion, where people, when you tell them, don't do this, they want to do it. Like what happened in the scriptures. They told Adam and Eve, eat everything, but don't do this one. It happens everywhere, even to our kids, to our patients. You say, hey, don't eat, don't drink Coke, don't drink Coke because of your diabetes. Oh, you'll be like, why did they say I shouldn't drink Coke? Okay. And that Coke becomes a temptation. So those natural phenomena, I think, contributing to this.
We saw you.
Doctor.
Yes.
Mr. Charles, please, can you mute yourself, please? Doctor, I have a question for you.
Sure.
When you say people are being rebellious, does it mean they don't believe in this? Because when the whole country was locked down, the whole world was locked down, people believed in it, and they were seeing the number of deaths, and they abide with the state's rules. But all of a sudden, everybody want to go out. I'm looking at, could it be that people are bored? Secondly, a lot of people are losing money, especially the business owners. They cannot operate their business. A whole lot of people they've gone into depression. They don't know the next thing to do. So the little opportunity that the government gave to them, everybody made use of it. Because from what I've read so far, some people are committing suicide just because they're home, They couldn't go out. They gone into depression, and they committed suicide. Don't you think maybe these are parts of the reason why people are going out, or like the way they said in my country that okay, this person get coconut head, that you're so heady you don't want to listen. Does that mean people are not listening, or maybe they're tired, they're bored, they're frustrated?
I feel it's a combination of. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
I'll just keep
I think we can hear you, and at the same time, Dave is trying to come on. He should turn his speakers on.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'll let you know.
All right,
so back to the doctor.
Yeah. So it's a combination of a lot of factors. We're not here to trade blames on anybody, but one is we need to understand what is going on. It's a combination of a lot of factors. I need to feed my family. I need my business running. There's a pandemic out there that I can't see. There's a little virus roaming around the streets that I can't see, that they keep telling me that there's a virus out there. And there's so many other news telling me that there's no virus. 1 million news telling me there's no virus, there's no this, it's not as effective as they are. So when I put all these factors together, I'll be like, okay, let me try and see. Maybe it's not my portion. Maybe I'm not built to get the virus. Maybe I'm young. Maybe, I could survive. So it's a lot of things going on. But hey, people are actually dying on a daily basis, and the number of cases are increasing. And the virus has not changed its form, it hasn't changed its virulence, it hasn't changed nothing. The thing people will argue is that how come they're not reporting it? Well, I don't control the media, I don't control what they report. All right. So I think those are the facts. And perhaps we had this series of events, protests that happened that took over the news during the past couple of days.
So, but let me pose this to Mr. Charles. Do you think the media is doing a good job? Because I see two sides of the media. There's a side of the media that is saying that, like the doctor is saying, that coronavirus is out there, put on your mask, social distance, and all that stuff. And there's also another side of the media that is also saying, no, it is nothing. And I mean, at what point the media, do we have to balance it out? It appears to me that politics has gone into this thing now.
That's you just said it yourself, and I think they've come. Politics have gotten into the coronavirus issues and all that. So again, depends on the media you're listening to. We all know that. Okay, if you're listening to Fox News, you're getting something different. If you're listening to MSNBC, you'll be getting something different. And to the masses, this is just, it makes it worse for them. Okay, but. The reality is that the thing is out there. We can't deny that. Science tells us, and the number is spiking up every day. But the thing is this, I think the way to approach it is what media and some politicians now kind of disagreeing on how to do that. Okay, so again, it depends on who you're listening to. But the bottom line is, as an educated person, somebody, even if you're not educated, somebody that is learned, you should know that the COVID is out there. It's not gone yet. Exactly what the doctor said. And this thing is going to be stage by stage. But when we let loose, look at what is happening in Texas. Mm-hmm. Okay? If you listen to Texas media, throughout this, I don't think they believed on this. That's obvious. But now, look at in the last 2 days or so, 48 hours, the governor is now postponing, reversing, reopening. What they had said in the beginning that we're going to do regardless. So it's just very, very bad to the masses to be listening to the different, the fact they've turned this into politics is it's a dirty game. And, we don't know what it's going to be, but it's not good for us.
I want to welcome Mr. David Adodo to the show. Mr. Adodo is with us now. We were just talking about the influence of the media on the coronavirus reporting. So it appears that, so we're going to have a quick weather alert. There's a storm that's coming through. So we're going to have a weather alert in another 1 minute, just in case if you lose us on transmission, is because we want to get this weather warning out to you. So back to what we're saying. So at what point do we now, I'm very sure that the media that is saying this thing does not exist know that it exists. It's just because of politics. At what point do we put politics aside and speak the truth to people? Because people are dying every day. You know?
So can I quickly chip in something when it comes to that? I believe that this thing is an individual thing.
Yes.
For real, a whole lot of the media, they're trying their best. It might not be all of them. Initially, they were doing the best they can do to allow people to, sensitize people about this virus. Of course, when politics stepped in, they started, some of them, not all of them, they started deviating. I believe it's an individual thing because of their own selfish interests. Some people are not looking at the risk. They don't value human life. They just want to get to a particular position. Either I don't care whatever happens to anybody. I just want to be in this position. So they're trying everything possible best to take away people's eye or from this virus that is real. You guys just come out and vote for me. Mm-hmm. It's not the way some people are putting it the way like this is not this is what the media is saying. Do not believe them. It's not true. Selfishness, and that is so sad. That is the way I see. People are not being realistic. People don't value human lives. It's so sad. That is the way I see.
Yes,
the media, they are trying their best.
Yes, it is almost impossible for, CDC puts out guidelines. That's what we've always done in this country. When the CDC puts out guidelines, the CDC is the authority on health and everything. We all follow the guideline. But all of a sudden, even the CDC guidelines are being thrown to the trash. Like, it's don't listen to the CDC. There's no coronavirus. You don't need to put on a mask. I'm not wearing a mask. You don't need all this. And people are dying. So doctor, how do you think the CDC can come back? Because right now it looks like the CDC is of no value anymore. Nobody listens to the CDC. Dr. Fassi says something, somebody else says something, and, we're all in disarray.
Politics covers the world. Politics and religion, those are the two biggest factors.
Doctor, what is going on?
Okay, we're going to take a time out. We're going to take a time out for the emergency weather alert. We're going to take a time out. We'll be right back in about 2 minutes. I'm sorry. Okay, we'll be right back in a minute.
This is a severe thunderstorm warning for the city of Washington, Anne Arundel County, Montgomery County, and Prince George County, effective until 5:45 p.m.
Oh, I can see.
I'm right here.
There you go. Yeah, thanks, Jason. Well, good to see you, Mr. Adodo. How you doing, sir?
Wonderful, wonderful. How's everything with you?
We cannot complain. It's always a pleasure to see you. So we were talking about the coronavirus and the media and how the media has been reporting the coronavirus. We have certain media that is reporting that coronavirus is out there and it's killing people. We have another side of the media that is saying, don't listen to them. Don't forget about the CDC. There's no coronavirus. You are fine. Don't use your mask. So and people are dying. Even the numbers of the people that are dying, they don't believe the numbers of people that are dying. Do I have to see a dead body or do I have to see an infected person to believe that coronavirus exists? I don't understand it. Perhaps you can shed some light on that for Mr. Adodo.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous for anybody to think that coronavirus is not real. I don't know what they are drinking or what they are eating. They are out of this world, as a matter of fact, because every day we see people dying. Yeah. Even in Africa, we see people dying. I don't have to mention names, but we are seeing them, everywhere that people are dying. Yes. Even because they are giving us on CNN every day, it shows that coronavirus is real and it's killing people. People just have to wear their mask. Put your mask on, maintain social distancing, and try and use
sanitizers.
Yes, sanitizers. It's as simple as that. Even in China, in Wuhan, China, where this thing started, they are going back to social distancing, going back to locking down places. What is wrong with human beings? If you don't want to be alive, just go around, don't wear mask, don't use sanitizers, don't distance. You will see yourself in the hospital. It is better for you to wear mask than to be in the hospital, as far as I'm concerned. Wear your mask, maintain social distancing, use sanitizers when necessary. Save yourself and save others. As simple as that.
Yes.
This thing is not going on anywhere until we're able to find vaccine. Nobody has been able to come up with vaccine. Even the Madagascar concussions they were talking about, we come to find out that that thing is not really working. So for right now, we just have to maintain social distancing, wear your mask, and use sanitizers. A lot of places are open up right now. Texas, we are saying that the numbers is increasing.
It's every day.
California is increasing. Florida is increasing. What is it that we don't understand? We know all of these things. We know the president is not wearing mask. He's trying to play the macho man game. Well, that is him. And some of his followers are not wearing mask. But don't listen to what the president is saying right now. I'm sorry to say that. Save your life. If you are smart enough, wear your mask. Maintain social distancing. I said this some days ago on Facebook. Africans, stop partying right now. Stop partying. Put a stop to it for right now. When everything is okay, you can party till it's 1999, according to Prince. Okay? So for right now, wear your mask. Stop partying. Maintain social distancing. That's all I can say for right now.
The funny thing, Dave, is this. I mean, we'll talk about maybe the president is not doing this, but look at the people around him. They're getting infected.
Yes.
The people, the
Secret Service and all that.
Rally, the security, the Secret Service, some of the members of the, the campaign, whatever, they're all getting infected. So if you want to be a hero, the thing is, some people this is crazy. People can die for people for nothing. I don't know why people can follow somebody to hell.
It has always been like that.
So what are you trying to prove? If you don't wear that mask, it's not only, yes, you can say, hey, like Dave said, don't wear mask, but look at the danger you're exposing to other people. So sometimes I know you don't have to look at it. It's not really only about you. This is about you, me, and everybody.
Yes.
And on top of that, I have a question for Doctor. Somebody just sent a question here. Doctor, I don't know if the question is whether you have an idea about this medication that they said was discovered at UK. UK people are using it right now. And he said it's a very effective and reliable cure of COVID-19, tested and proven as what was usual to heal serious cases in UK. And I think the picture here, let me see if I can get it right. It's like XASTEN. Have you heard about anything about that, Doc? Shed light on it. Extend, right.
Extend. Doctor, what happened?
Doctor, can you hear us?
Who muted him? Who muted him? So that you don't mute, Doctor?
No.
You're muted, but it's muted. Unmute yourself. Okay.
Maybe the coronavirus is trying to.
No way.
I'm actually using one of the powerful networks in my home, but I don't know why it's just breaking. It's coming up and coming up. So, Uncle Charlie, ask your question again.
Yeah, are you aware of any medicine that they've used in UK now that they said is effective and reliable cure for COVID-19? That's somebody just sent an email on that, and it's called XASTEN, Xten or something like that. XASTEN. I can't pronounce that.
XASTEN.
Right. He sent me the picture also. is asking for you to shed a little bit of light if you had anything about that.
Can you share the picture? What we know currently is dexamethasone.
Yeah.
Yeah, dexamethasone is being used for COVID patients that are on ventilators. That it helps them with the breathing and inflammation process.
Right.
So that's that much I know. I do know there's an experiment coming out of Oxford University in London. I don't know if they have come up with a vaccine yet, but I do know that they're experimenting on, and I think it was going to the human trial stage. As the last thing that I heard, I might be wrong. We could have gone further than that, but that's the most I know that was coming out of England.
I guess the gentleman is listening. I think it's called dexamethasone. Yes, you're
dexamethasone. That's what. Yeah, dexamethasone. Yes, it's a dexamethasone.
Doctor, can doctor say something about that? Maybe,
Can you guys?
Yeah, we can hear you, doctor.
Freezing. No, it's freezing.
Okay. When I was in NONS, I know dexamethasone was being administered. So yes. I know, and I've read, for some few days ago, that it is actually helping COVID patients. But I don't know. I don't know if dexamethasone is used in combination with other medication. Probably, chloroquine. I don't know, but dexamethasone and some other medications, is used right now and it's been administered to COVID patients, and they are recovering. But I don't know if it is only dexamethasone. I think it's dexamethasone and other medications.
Yeah, it's like a cocktail.
Yes, can you get me now?
Yeah, doctor, we can hear you now.
Yes, doctor, go on.
There are a series of clinical trials that are ongoing to try and find out the cure. Right? They've tried remdesivir, they've tried hydroxychloroquine, they've tried convalescent plasma, they've tried abaptadil, they've tried losartan, they are even giving oxygen, trying to see. Recently, like what you guys are saying, dexamethasone, which is a drug that we know before that we use for inflammatory disorders.
Yes, it's a steroid.
So it's a steroid. They found out that it reduced the hospital stay for people that are in severe categories, like people that are in ICU. Well, dexamethasone has always been used in the past.
So it's not a new drug out there. So it's really resistant.
What I just heard you said losartan. What is you said? Losartan is being used also. Losartan.
Yeah, they've tried this couple of drugs that I've mentioned. They are all trials.
Okay.
They're all in
Losartan is for high blood pressure and high blood pressure and people with hypertension.
Yeah, the rationale behind the use of losartan is that the receptor that the virus binds to is angiotensin receptor, ARB receptors. So losartan is an ARB blocker, right? Okay. So they are trying to they think that since the virus is using ARB receptors to come into to attach to the cell surfaces, perhaps losartan might also help, in blocking that process.
Inhibits it from
process. Yeah. So they tried there's so many things they've tried. I could begin to list all of them.
Yeah, go ahead, Queen.
I have a question for you because from what we're discussing, that is so intense right now. It's about the number of people contracting this virus that is going on, and people are out there. Right now, we're talking about using masks. Is that the only thing? So when you use masks, you can go out, you can do whatever you like. Is that what we're seeing here? And remember that you made mention of this usage of masks in one of these episodes of this program, that wearing masks does not even mean that you're 100% safe. It's not 100% safe. What can people do? Because right now, somebody like me, my body is itchy. I want to go out. But I'm trying to control myself because it's out there. So how can we talk to people for them to listen that this thing is still there.
The way, can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
The way to analyze this wearing masks, social distancing, combining all this whole thing, hand washing is like saying, so do you mean if I wear a seatbelt, I should not put on my brake when I'm driving? You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We don't know what is going on today. It's freezing now.
Yeah. The weather is.
It's the weather.
So let me say it again. Do you mean if I put on my seatbelt when I'm driving, I should not step on my brake anymore when I have troubles? Okay. So if I put on my seatbelt and I have my brake, I shouldn't lock my doors when I'm driving. Oh, so you mean if I lock my doors, put on my seatbelt, I should not take precaution and look properly? So in safety, as many things as you can combine to achieve safety, do it, because none of them is proven. There've been a lot of, using this analogy, there've been a lot of experiments to show, does seatbelt alone prevent people from dying? Does applying your brake prevent people alone from dying? Does sitting in an SUV, a higher car, does it give you more security than a lower car? Same thing same thing that's going on in COVID-19. In the medical world. So it's a combination of factors. So you see that experiment that we're talking about that they did in Johns Hopkins and in so many of physics labs. When you put on your face masks, other particles are still coming out, right? So if other particles are still being released, they now said, okay, well, these other particles are still being released. Can you just give 6 feet apart? Well, I don't really know how far these particles travel. Some of them travel minimum of 20 feet. Some of them travel maximum of 60 feet. But we're not too sure, right? Because these are particles. Okay, can you just stay away completely? We're not too sure if this virus lives this long on surfaces, even though their preliminary studies have shown that they don't live on surfaces, they live on surfaces. Everything is still evolving. While we're still trying to look at the evolution of this virus, can you just wash your hand? Yeah, we know that spirits, alcohol, clean, hand
sanitizers.
Hand sanitizers, they denature viruses. Can you use them?
Hello, doctor.
Yeah, it looks like doctor. We keep losing him. Okay.
But Tunde.
Yes.
I think we have to, talk to, Africans, because a lot of lawmakers in Nigeria are dying of COVID-19. A lot of lawmakers are dying. Yes. And some people are of the notion that it's a big man's disease. That is so sad for anybody to think that it's a big man's disease. Virus doesn't care whether you are a big man or whether you are a small man. I don't know how you classify big man or small man.
It doesn't respect anybody.
Thank you. So everybody back home in Africa, those listening, please, COVID-19 doesn't categorize. It doesn't categorize. Yes. When you catch it, catch it. If you've not if you've not gotten it, thank God. And another thing I want to say, it doesn't mean because you got it and you recovered, you cannot get it again.
Yes.
So some people, when they get it and they recover, they celebrate. Well, it's good to celebrate that you didn't die, but you still have to protect yourself.
Correct.
You still have to protect yourself. Don't go out there and say, "Oh, I got COVID, I recovered, so
and I'm free,
I'm totally immune against this virus." It doesn't work like that.
Yes.
You still have to continue to wear your mask, continue the social distancing, continue to wash your hands and apply sanitizer when necessary. Don't party. Leave party alone for right now. You're going to this big auditorium where these comedians are doing their thing. This is not the time for it. This is not the time for it. Don't go out there and play the hero's game because you're going to be a dead man. That's what I want to just put out there.
There's also one thing that I also wanted to point out. I see a country like South Korea has only about 238 deaths from COVID-19. But a country like the United States, we have, I don't know what the correct figure is right now.
It's about 125,000.
125,000. So is it our nature in people in the US that we love our freedom? We are free. We want to do what we want to do. We can do whatever we want to do. We don't have anybody to tell us what to do.
Tunde, if you're saying that, it doesn't mean that it's only in America. It's all over the world.
I know, but a country like South Korea has 238 deaths.
Yeah, because it was attacked early.
Aside from it, I'm sorry, Queen. Aside from it being attacked early, I think the leaders have a lot to do. At some point, we have to put politics aside. We have to face reality. We have to face the truth.
We have said that. I mentioned it. It's going to be today. We cannot shy away from that. People should just use their head, because some people are out there saying this is not real. Come out just to vote, do this, do that. A whole lot of people are out there. They're risking their life for some people that doesn't care for them. The best thing that anybody can do is to
This is a severe thunderstorm warning for Anne Arundel County, effective until 6:13 p.m.
So the students are going back to school. It's risky. Especially, Doctor, I think you need to talk more about that, because
Okay.
We might be out for maybe 30 minutes or 1 minute, because there's going to be a severe thunderstorm around Maryland and maybe New York. So we might be off for 1 minute. Please bear with us. We'll be back. But we're still on now.
It already went on.
It's gone. It's gone. Okay.
Yeah, I think you were referring to the fact that they are wanting children to go back to school. It is not safe yet to let kids go back to school. That was the point you were making.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not safe now. I, as a parent, I'm so scared, because the kids, all the children, they are very vulnerable. We as an adult, we can still manage to follow rules. But with kids, when they want to play with their peers, they don't care no more. Immediately,
I like your mask.
Or when they want to play, they throw the mask somewhere. They're just playing around. And we don't know where these children are coming from. This virus is everywhere. If somebody contacts it, everybody in the family, they are exposed. And the immune system of each and every one of us differs. Some people will catch this thing and they will survive. Some people, they cannot survive it. Like what doctor said sometimes ago, that some people go into the trash bin and they come out, they put their hands inside of it, they do everything. Can today do that? No. Can I try? Hell to the no. So people have to be careful. Doctor, we need your advice on what you can tell people out there concerning this thing that is so real. Aside from wearing of masks, and of course, people want to go out. I have a friend that is out there today in the beach. I said, you're trying. I can't do it. But a whole lot of people, they are taking unnecessary risk. Aside from masks, our sanitizers and everything, what can people do again?
So I think there's a question from Adekunle Tometi. First of all, I want to apologize for my network. Well, I want to apologize on behalf of my network providers, because I don't have any road. So I've been going in and out, but I hope you guys.
They owe you a refund.
I know. So the question from Mr. Adekunle Tometi.
Yeah. Number one is that people shouldn't assume expertise in areas that are not expertise. I shouldn't assume expertise in business if I'm not a businessman. So I should learn to listen to a businessman before I jump into conclusions. Even though that I have common sense. But my common sense is not enough to help me make decisions in the law courts, because that's why I go to lawyers to listen to them. One of my advice is 98% of medical practitioners, when I mean medical practitioners, I don't only mean doctors, nurses, health regulators, are saying the correct thing. Don't assume that you know more than them because you have common sense, or because you are 80 years old, or because you're a Harvard law professor. Listen to them. Just like if I need
again and again.
Yeah. What is going on here? What is going on here is that I think when doctor decided to move into a mansion that is bigger than the internet can control, when he was living,
I'm back.
Doctor, quickly make your point before you go off again.
Yeah. Okay, let me
move to the bigger house. That's when we start having this problem.
Let me make a second point. The second point is this. One of the reasons why people don't believe this virus. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
There's a lot of statistics that people are interpreting wrong, like saying that the fatality rate, the rate at which people are dying, is not that alarming. So they're comparing with other diseases like influenza, like what about malaria that's killing people, HIV, cancer. Why are we not freaking out? No, it could be 0.1% fatality, but when it happens to one family, it is 100% fatality to that family.
Yes.
That's the way people should say it. So when you begin to say, oh, it's 0.1% fatality in the society. Oh, but when it happens to my family, it is 100%. And that in my family, I'm no longer 0.1. Yeah, I become 100%. So why do I want to expose myself to being 100%? Why don't I just try my best to say, hey, I don't want to be this 100% or this 0.1 that they're talking about. Let me just stay off. That's number one. Number two is that these other diseases, they've been studied and they've been understood. This particular COVID-19, we don't understand it. Sorry, I don't understand it. I don't know if you do, but I don't understand it. We're still trying to understand it. So pending where we understand it, stay clear, stay off. Don't party like Mr. Adodo said. I don't understand. People, it's just frustrating. What can you go to someone's house to do that you cannot do on the phone? Just tell me. Or video call. Just tell me. I work from home sometimes. I go to office when I have patients. Tell me what I cannot do on the phone. Televisits. Tell me what you cannot do on the internet. Tell me. For those that are mandated to go out, let's say drivers and all those stuff, you could employ those other strategies that we've been mentioning, and I will mention them again. Social distancing, hand washing, conscious hand washing. When I mean, I think, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we hear you.
You have to be conscious of what you touch, where you go, how you stand with people. Don't get carried away by. So once you get conscious of who you are, where you are, what you touch, I think you reduce the spread.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Eddie. Thank you. It's still the David Adodo Show on 106.1 Praise FM here in Baltimore, Maryland. The time is fast spent, and right now we'll be moving to Africa to talk about, happening, especially in the political arena in Nigeria. And we're going to take Edo State like we did last week as a case study. It's happening in Edo State. Who is the Edo man in the house? It's happening in Edo State. We need to talk about that.
It's Mr. Adodo.
I'm the Edo man in the house.
It's happening in Edo State. Yeah. Okay. So who is the first? Who is going to give us, the happening first in Edo State?
Anyway, I think Dave will do that. But before we get into that, there's something Dave said there's something that I wanted to put out there. The last time Dave said that the Africans, or more or less the Nigerians, are seeing this COVID-19 as what is it called? The big man.
The big man's, yes.
Yes. The thing is this, Dave, in Nigeria, there's this saying that, they will see you, they will say, oh, you don't have a last name. Okay? The people that have the last name, that the people that they put under the category as people that have a last name are the ones that are having this. The reason they call them the last name because these are people that are, they know their name, they are rich. Okay, so when you look at when something happened to somebody that doesn't have a last name, they don't hear that.
So to say.
People with that last name are dying. They don't know that. It wasn't announced. Senator Ajumobi died. Before he's dead, it was announced.
Yes.
Even before they start the MS, before you know. So these are the people that have last name. So, and these are the ones they are hearing. But there are not a lot of people that doesn't have last name are dying also. They are not hearing that. So they said, okay, it's a big man disease. It's a
shame. It's a shame. A lot of people are dying in Nigeria. We don't have no statistics. That's the problem we have in Nigeria. So Edo State, let's go back to what is happening in Edo State. Let's have a little fun.
Nigeria as a whole.
In Nigeria, I said Nigeria, but we're taking Edo State as a case study for now.
A problem.
Well, the floor is mine, I guess. Edo State, we have two major political parties in Edo State right now. We have the present governor. He moves from APC to PDP now, and the PDP guy that was there before moved to APC about 6 months ago. About that time,
yes.
So it's been a problem, you know, Obaseki and Ezeyamu, you know, and but last week, PDP did their primaries, and Obaseki, you know, came out as their candidate, and some other candidates who were vying for that position, who have been in the party for a very long time, you know, you have Maswagbon and Ihama and one other individuals. They've been in the party for quite a long time, in PDP for quite a long time, and they were not happy. They were saying that they would go to court, that they are talking about godfatherism, and if the godfatherism that Obaseki was fighting in APC has now been introduced to PDP. That they've been in PDP for quite a long time. Obaseki just came. Obaseki is now the candidate, and everybody is gravitating towards him. But before you know it, they all gave up. They said they are going to work together. They're going to work with him. And Ezeyamu, on the other hand, is solidly, you know, supported by APC and being the ruling party of the country, and they are able to slug it out. So the Beninese, two of them are from Benin, and you know, they are all concentrating their effort in Benin. A lot of Benin people are saying, oh, they don't want godfatherism. They don't want godfatherism. They are going to vote for. Some of them are saying they're going to vote for PDP, and a lot of them are saying they're going to vote for APC. Understand? But outskirts of Benin, it looks like APC have a solid, you know, hold on that area. And Ezeyamu, you know, is being a grassroots campaigner, is winning a lot of, you know, the rural areas. So we don't know how it's going to come out. How the end is going to come out. But two of them are formidable candidates. One is the incumbent governor, president of Obaseki. The other one is a grassroots individual. The people know him. He has a lot of reputation. So that is what his hope is. You know, is going on right now in Edo State. We are just spectators right now.
Spectators, real spectators.
Yes.
Interesting. So that is politics for you. Go ahead, Doc.
Because by extension, I'm also from Edo State, by extension.
Doctor, yes. Which is this extension? Is this
Doctor?
This is your extension? Is it PDF or which extension is this?
It's extension.
Extension by in-law.
Extension by in-law. Then I spent significant number of years in my studies in Edo State.
There you go.
Went to Ambrose Ali University.
There you go. Now we understand the extension
in the world. So I've been in Edo State for close to maybe 10, 15 years thereabouts. I love their culture. I love their people. But one of my problem is that Edo State is one of the hearts of the country, the center of the country, and they have very well read, very well exposed people. If you talk about one of the most enlightened states, almost one in every 3 or 4 families are very enlightened in Edo State. They are well-read people, well-traveled, but they've not been able to produce a governor or a leader that translates leadership to the common man on the streets. I'll give you lots of examples. Look at the roads in Edo State, compare them with the roads in other states, with all the people that they produce a professor, they've produced Lucky Benedio, they produced lots of governors, Adams Oshomole, who was a former activist. And well, we're not seeing the dividends of this democracy to the common man. I wonder if Mr. Adodo can weigh in. Why is it happening? Is it because of godfatherism? Is it because Edo State is it because Edo State does not have adequate funds? Or is it because these people that they're actually electing, they're not electing the right people that have the interest of the people? Look at the road from Ekpoma to Benin, for example. I applied that road when I was there almost every day. And that road is like a death trap.
It's still the same.
Yeah. Doctor, to come in.
It's terrible.
Let me quickly.
The whole of Esan land, no public water. The whole of Esan land, for example. Common things like public water, kidnapping is going on an everyday basis. Every day, the road in the New Benin Road, they are all flooded. Look at what is going on. It's just, let me not just overtalk, but it's sad.
Mr. Adodo.
The fact of the matter is that even the Beninese are not even seeing this themselves. You understand? Some few days ago, some houses were sinking because of rain, and we have a governor who is from Edo State, who is from a Benin man. The roads are, just like you said, the roads are horrible. The roads are horrible. There is no pipe-borne water anywhere. The streets are not adequately lighted. You know, most of the farmers, they have their crops, they are rotting in the farm. Insecurity is everywhere in Edo State. You cannot travel, as from 7 o'clock in the evening, you cannot travel in Edo State because of kidnappers. And Oshomole was there for 8 years. Now we have an Edo indigene in the person of Obaseki. You cannot ply the roads in this rainy season right now. Probably you need canoes to move from one area to another, even in that Benin area. You understand? Wow. So I think we have to make there has to be serious changes in Edo.
Serious reflection here.
I'm telling you, understand? If you go to Eho, you go to even the surrounding villages, all the farmers, their fruits are rotting, yam are rotting, plantain are rotting, pineapples, everything is rotting because there are no roads. No electricity.
Okay. So they can use
we're going to do.
This is a severe thunderstorm warning for Anne Arundel County and Prince George County, effective until 6:15 p.m.
The issue in Edo State is the issue of the entire Nigeria, and not
exactly.
Just
that was actually where I wanted to go.
Because it is at a point now that we as Africans have to choose and not select. We have to elect leaders. We have to think of our children. We have to think of 5 years from now, 10 years from now. No, we should not go. This godfatherism thing is not working for us.
Can I? Okay, Mr. Adodo, can you quickly make your point, because I have something to say too.
What I just want to say is that roads are in a bad situation in Edo State right now. You go to Edo State now. This is rainy season. I'm very happy. I'm very glad that this is election time in Edo State and it is rainy season. Now we are going to see how effective this governor has been, how effective all of these governors have been. Because this rainy season, nobody will be able to go out and campaign. Maybe they are going to be using some kind of canoe to move from area to area to campaign.
The thing I don't know why.
Well, we have somebody that wrote something on the platform here. Dr. Okwebanwo. I'm going to read this one before I read the first one he puts on the platform. He said it has nothing to do with godfatherism. It's about individual incompetence and embezzlement. Godfatherism is bad, but that is why the governors are not developing their state. There is godfatherism in every country, but that has nothing to do with development or lack of it. Fashola has overbearing godfatherism in Lagos, but it still performed. Let's talk about electing good leaders and not just blame the godfathers. We only hear noise when they quarrel about sharing money, which is true.
Which is what I just said.
Yes, they take me back to what I listened to Dele Momodu and this Dr. Okwebanwo talking about politics in Nigeria. And I say, before we can get it done right, the nation that there's serious poverty in Africa, in Nigeria as a case study, as giant as Nigeria is, being the largest African country in the whole continent of Africa, the poverty level is horrible. That there's nothing you can say to anybody because there's somebody that is hungry. Are you telling the person to, when you give that person maybe $50 or $100, vote for me, the person will vote for you. These people know what they're doing. They make sure that people are suffering. People are suffering. I just use that because for people that are here, because a whole lot of people here, they don't know the Naira. They don't know the value of Naira. So we are talking generally. When people, whether that is hungry, it is difficult. The first thing is liberating our people from being down there. When they kill the economy, there is no light. When you can't do any business with, there's no light. If there's no light, you can't feed your family. If you cannot feed your family, people are hungry. But I think things are changing. The youth now, they're seeing it from a different perspective. I pray and I believe that very soon, sooner than expected, we will get there. But they know what they're doing.
So pretty much what you're saying is that hunger and poverty is being used as tools by the politicians.
Yes, that is a tool. That is a tool. That is a tool.
They're not able to think right and do what's right.
Exactly.
Exactly. We have to try to overcome that. We have to try to overcome it. Like every generation, everybody, every party, we have to try to overcome that, because look at what is happening in the United States now, for example, with this police brutality thing. All these years, police brutality has been going on. It is now at a point that everybody, regardless of the color of your skin, is standing up against it. And change will come. And that is how change comes. So we have to be hungry for a while. We have to starve ourselves for a while, but we have to do the right thing to move forward. We cannot just say it by mouth that somebody give me for 50 naira, 100 naira, I vote for him. Tomorrow I'm going to be crying, there's no light. Tomorrow I'm going to be crying, there's no hospital to take my child to. Tomorrow I'm going to be crying, people, there's no road because somebody gave me 15 naira to steal my conscience. We as individuals, yes, they give you the money. Collect it if you want to collect it. Vote your conscience. Vote your conscience. Put the right people in place so that things can get better, so that things can move forward, so that we can say, yes, we are proud of our home. We have a country. Nigerians are the smartest people in the whole world. In the whole world, Nigerians are the smartest people.
But we are one of the most corrupt.
Yes. And that is where it starts from.
We are talking about godfatherism. Godfatherism, yes. It doesn't stop you from doing what you're
supposed to do.
It doesn't. It doesn't stop you. So that's why we are saying that we have to do things, that we have to choose to do the right thing. We have to choose to move forward. If we as a people cannot choose to move forward, we will remain backwards.
We will come together. We will all come together. We will do something.
Corrupt country. Why are we so corrupt? You see, these people keep recycling themselves.
From 1960?
Recycling. They jump from commissioner to senate to governor. They come back to a minister. They keep recycling. And I don't see the reason why you should jump from commissioner to senate while you didn't do anything when you were commissioner. You see? And you talk about the younger ones. It's so unfortunate that this these guys that are recycling. Look at the youngest governor they have today. I think it's even worse than the people that are there already. Look at what's going on there. Okay, you said the youngest governor, he was voted in there because he was young. Maybe he will make changes. Trust me, I don't know whether when he went there, these people that have been sitting there bought him or something. It's even worse than them now. It's unbelievable. Power and corruption in Nigeria.
Well, that's all they have.
But
let me say something.
Go ahead. Wait.
The problem is too many. But godfatherism is also one of them. But that may not be the major one. But the problems are too many. Unaccountability. Who holds the governor accountable if he doesn't perform?
That's true.
That's it.
No,
the law is meant for the poor.
Exactly. Who holds the governor?
Not just the governor, the local government chairman.
Exactly.
It starts from there, the grassroots.
The law is meant for the poor.
The election that's supposed to check him, he risked his way into it. Mm-hmm. So he relaxes. He knows that he has the machinery of the state. He has a force. He has the federal might supporting him. So he does whatever he likes. They go to Aso Rock, they smile, they come back. Look, I'm one of those people that believe that the problem in many countries begins from the president. I'm one of those people that believe so. Yeah, the followers may also have their problem, but if the president is bad, the followers are going to be bad.
Absolutely.
That's my own perspective.
Yeah. No, I don't think you are wrong. You are not wrong. If anything goes wrong here, it's coming from the head.
It's not responsible. You cannot set up a good. 2 minutes. You cannot set up a good. Let's say for corruption check apparatus, EFCC or whatever they call themselves, that we look at the people objectively and say, this person you've done wrong, I'm going to bring you back. No, but once you are the friend of the president.
This thing finds a way to stop him talking. Okay, go ahead, Tunde.
So that is the problem when you move into a mansion.
Yeah,
so,
go ahead.
Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of another awesome David Adodo Show on African Voices Radio, 106.1 FM. We thank you for listening, for participating. We are on all platforms, YouTube, Facebook. We are all over streaming. I would like for the lady in the house, the Queen, to give her last word until next week. Go ahead, Queen.
Thank you so much, very much. Before I say that, I would like to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, Dave Food and Poultry. We appreciate you guys so very much. God bless you. Heritage International Food, thank you. Africa International Food, we say God bless you. And Radisson International Food. And if you still want to be part of this sponsor, please give us a call on 202-913-8659, 202-913-8659. And if you want to contribute to this program, you can call us on 443-380-2803 when it's live. Thank you so much. My name is Desola Komolafe-Egbeyemi, and this is David Adodo Show on 106.1 Praise FM here in Baltimore. See you next week, and please stay safe. Listen to whatever your doctor is telling you, whatever your parents are telling you, please listen to them. Don't go out where you're not supposed to go out. There is life after coronavirus. Anybody that is gone is gone. Please love yourself and be safe. Thank you so much.
All right, doctor, you have anything, your last words for us?
We'll survive this pandemic. That's what I would say. We'll survive it, but depending where we survive, just do the right thing. The right thing is social distancing. Stay off, wash your hands, face masks. Don't argue with the health authorities. Listen to them.
All right, Mr. Charles.
Yes, for those that are listening, I think I'm getting a text and say, why is it ending on not finishing the political things going on in Nigeria? We apologize for that. And guess what? We missed our chief today, who will give us a live report. He's coming back on Saturday. So bear with us. But meanwhile, please be safe out there. Again, David Adodo Show. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next week. Be safe.
All right, Mr. Adodo.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for always listening to David Adodo Show. And to all my people in Edo State, I urge you to please avoid violence in this campaign. Don't kill yourself for nobody. Don't die for nobody. Don't get yourself in things that will have you arrested. I'm so happy that the campaign is during rainy season, so we can really see what our leaders, what they have been doing. So if houses are sinking, then we know who is not responsible and who is responsible. So vote wisely and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for being part of the show. My name is Tunde Phillips. We're signing out. We will see you again next week. God bless.
Bye.
She's in the kingdom, I'm a big boy now. Helping the lady, I'm a big boy now. Oluwa is involved, now, what we they go? What's in that you move? Everybody come around, mama and papa come around, put on your dancing shoes, lift up your hands and shout, The boy is hot, we are hotter than fire. Said I'm thanking you for life, Lord. Thanking you for peace of mind. Thanking you for mercy. Oh God, Lord, you've been so good to me. Hey, said I'm thanking you for life, Lord. Thanking you for peace of mind. Thanking you for mercy. Lord, you've been so good to me.
You're listening to African Voices Radio.
We will praise your name more, forever and ever. We will praise your name
Listening to African Voices Radio.
forever and ever. Said I'm thanking you for life, Lord.
You're listening to African
Thank you
Voices
for
Radio.
mercy. Oh God, Lord, you've been so good to me. Hey, said I'm thanking you for life, Lord. Thanking you for peace of mind. Thank you for mercy. Lord, you've been so good to me. Oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh, my Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh. We will praise your name, oh, forever and ever. Oh.
You're listening to African Voices Radio.
WLIF HD2 Baltimore.
The all-new Praise 106.1, giving our city just what we need right now. Baltimore's inspiration station. Praise 106.1.
From the Big Al Studio, Baltimore's #1 accident attorney. This 4th of July,
We are taking over the world.
the fireworks are on TV1.
It's hot.
With a mega marathon of Empire.
You ready? I'm ready.
Next Saturday starting at 6. Sit back and binge watch all your favorite episodes of Season 6.
Heard you were looking for me.
You started it. Now I'm gonna finish it.
It's gonna be explosive.
You're gonna wish you never met a hood rat like me.
Empire 4th of July Marathon.
It's gonna be lit.
Next Saturday morning starting at 6. Only on TV1.
The most recent report of the U.S. Census Bureau indicated over 6,000 children grieving in Baltimore. Has your child recently experienced the death of someone close? Had more difficulty in school or a change in behavior? Well, children grieve too. Don't wait until their grief becomes self-destructive. Roberta's House, a nonprofit family grief support center, offers free programs for children of all ages, including teens, young adult, and adult. At Roberta's House, families find the support and understanding they need to heal by sharing with others, understanding the importance of grief, and creating positive memories. Register now for the upcoming sessions. We offer free programs for all ages. Call 410-235-6633. That's 410-235-6633. Or go to robertashouse.org for more information on family and adult sessions, conferences, and bereavement trainings. Roberta's House, healing hearts in our community.
Hello, I'm a famous rock star. You're too kind. Anyway, I'm just a regular guy. I love my family, and I love my sketches. Looks like Sketches